Today we're going to cover exercises and drills that will help us in increasing our lat flexibility and mobility. First things, anatomy, what are lats and where do they stretch? So if you have a look, those are big muscles on the back. They run from below, lower part of the back, and attach all the way up in the back of the armpit. So what does it mean to have a tight lats? In practical sense, it means that it's hard for us to reach with the hand without being tight in the back of the armpit. The part we're gonna roll is gonna be in the back part of the armpit, so you should feel the lats. If you don't feel them, put your elbow on the knee and try pressing down. The part that engages, that is tight, those are lats. And this is the position you will be either foam rolling or using a ball to release the muscle. Now, for the drills, we're gonna need some tools. It's gonna be a foam roller. If you don't have a foam roller, you can always use small ball, like a tennis ball, which you're gonna place in the section of the armpit, of the lats. As well, what we're gonna need is a chair and something like a either small or a big stick, which we need to grab, because when we go in the stretch, our arms are gonna collapse inside. So what we wanna do is we wanna keep the arms spreaded. Okay, so if you don't have anything, you can maybe grab a bottle or something similar. Same thing for the foam roller. If you don't have a ball or a foam roller, you can always use something like bottle, but just make sure it's nice and tight and full. As far as volume goes and how much you should be doing, spend minimum 10 to 15 minutes on each session. The more you do, the better. 2, 3, 4 times a week, doesn't matter, but obviously something is better than nothing. Before we get going with the drills, one thing I want to mention is the volume. How much you should be doing depends on your goals and on your mobility. Obviously, the more you do, the better, but even something is better than nothing. And try to spend minimum 10 to 15 minutes on all drills. So you'll see it's going to be like a circuit. We're going to focus on the flexibility, on stretching, and a bit of strengthening. And we're going to combine all of them, spend 15 to 30 seconds on each of them. So first, we're going to start with is the foam rolling. And remember, if you don't have a foam roller, you can always use the ball. Where you're going to place the ball or a foam roller is going to be behind of the armpit. If you can't feel the lats, what you can do, elbow in the knee, and then you feel tightness. So this is the area you want to roll or put the ball inside. So we're going to spend not too much, 15-30 seconds. We're going to roll one side, then switch. It should be mildly uncomfortable, but not too much. So obviously the more you press down, the bigger release you're going to feel. And as I said, around 15-30 seconds one side, then we're gonna switch. If we go with the ball, opposite side, take the ball, place it in the back of the armpit where the lats are engaged, nice and easy, roll and release. Remember, if you don't have a foam roller or a ball, you can use a bottle of water. Just make sure it's nice and close. Okay, after we roll the muscle, we want to engage the chest. Now, why are we doing so? Because on the opposite side of the chest, we have the lats. So for us to release the lats, we need to engage the chest, which are gonna say that the lats have to relax. Okay, so we're gonna go in a praying position, hand palms one towards another, press nice and hard, engage your chest, fire them, hold somewhere around 15 to 30 seconds, nice and strong. This is sort of a phase, preparation phase for the next stretch. We're gonna go to first what we did, we rolled, then we engage the chest, nice and strong, press inside. See the chest firing up. Next one we're gonna do, we release, sit down on the legs, heel up on the toes, hands in front, nice and easy, and down. Try to drop with the head through the shoulders, thumbs pointing up, hand extended, only touching the outside of the wrist, the palm. Okay, next one, we're going to take a foam roller for the greater depth. If you don't have a foam roller, you can use the chair. Okay, so let me show you from the roller. Again, we can go maybe a bit deeper with the head, with the shoulders. Remember, this all depends on your mobility. For some, it might be here or deep down. If you do from the chair, same thing, down and sink, down, up. And again, around 30 seconds. Then we go in a more advanced stretch. This is the one you're going to need the chair and the bat. So you're going to take, spread your hands, palms facing on the back. Same thing. Try to sink down, but keep the elbows on the chair. If you don't grab onto anything, what's going to happen is your hands are going to naturally collapse inside. Okay, so you want to spread the hands by holding something a bit wider, shoulder width. Okay, and again, after 15-30 seconds, we need to fire up the lats. We're going to do so by laying on the ground, bend the hands in the elbow. From here, we're going to press with the elbow, lift the head and the shoulders from the ground, hold 3 to 5 seconds, relax. 5 times, 2. If you have neck problems, one variation you can do is leave the head down on the ground, just make sure to lift the back, squeeze. Okay, we'll do one more after this, so 5-6 reps. You don't need to count. Okay, after we finish, we turn around, repeat all of them together. So let's start with the foam rolling. Find the spot on the back of the arm, on the back of the armpit. It might take you some time, but don't worry. Once you get to know the movement, the position, it's going to be much easier to go through all the rounds. Okay, and we're going to switch sides. Same thing. You can always turn the head more in, more out to get the most work done. Once you find the position, roll through that, should release the lats. And again, after 30 seconds or so, we go in a chest engagement. We're gonna press, hands inside, nice and strong, fire up the chest. Why are we doing so? Because the chest engagement is going to inhibit the lats, which is going to tell them to relax, because if the chest engage too much, lats need to relax, because they cannot work simultaneously, they're antagonists. We're going to hold for 2 seconds. This is also something called PMF concept, but we don't need to go too deep into this. Okay, after we engage the chest, we start stretching, working on the flexibility. First one, child pose, hands down. And again, we're gonna hold 15-30 seconds. One stretch. After this, we're gonna take either the foam roller with the hands, go a bit lower, or put the hands in the chair, same thing. Remember, thumbs up, hand extended, head below the shoulder. Then we're gonna take the stick, elbow on the chair, same position with the head through, and bend the elbow. This should be mostly uncomfortable. And remember, you don't want to strain the muscle, so go through as much as you need. For some people, rounding the lower back might give them more stretch. So go play through the movement, see which one fits for you. When you finish, we need to engage the lats. We're gonna do so by lifting like a reverse push-up. On the elbows, press, hold, 3, relax, 5 to 6 reps, hold. Remember, head down, squeeze at 3. Time. Again. Relax. Close the head up. Relax. And when you finish, we go again. Now, as I said, how many times you do depends how much time you have. The more, the better. Thanks for watching.